I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. It's the flexibility of Shen plus Aatrox. I specifically remember reading, I wish I could credit the Reddit thread creator. I don't know who it was.
It was a tweet originally, Betty, and I can't remember who that was either.
A streamer as well. I don't remember any of this. Production will hopefully find that for us, but is something that I think so few supports in the league have been able to match. LeBron has had some strong performances, and we'll see if he can do it today. As he's taking a ton of damage.
Chunked out, needs to use the heal, but Kalisz can chase him down, and Kalisz gets first blood.
Caster not cursed right there. I mean, immediately KC make it happen. And one of the big points we had over this weekend was Busio on this Nami, constantly hitting double bubbles, and now Hansama might be in trouble.
Gonna get chased down, has to dodge away from the bubble, still has the barrier and the flash, and won't have to invest either of them. Kalisz did barrier himself. Meanwhile, Skumond is in the area, but just covering more than anything. Twilight Assault doing a lot of their work there from Broken Blade. That Q can do a huge amount of damage in the early game. Meanwhile, we see Kalisz getting caught a little bit here. Hansama looking for the damage as Skumond comes in for the gank. Aqua Prism, magical journey forward. Kalisz still no flash, tries to dash away. But the Darkin Blade finds its first victim.
Skumond on the map to start things off for G2.
Because the way I've always seen Caitlyn traps is kind of zone control tools.
Sure.
But when you're fighting someone, often the better play is to actually just constantly be putting traps behind them in the midst of the fight, in between weaving your auto attacks to then make it more awkward for them to fight. As the ulti gets dropped.
Perfect execution in here. Broken Blade flashing away from the hero's entrance from Yahoo. He does still have the taunt, tries to trade back onto Kana, goes in with the taunt, but Kana flashes wisely away from it, and the Winds of War will find their first victim of the game. Yahoo on the board.
It didn't look like he had anywhere to go, so Broken Blade tries to make the play, gets the flash from Kana, but gives his life. G2 trying to respond with the Dragon. Yike in the area, though.
Yike goes in with Cataclysm, locks himself in. Cat's here as well, could look for the shockwave, a tidal wave to disengage. Yahoo has joined the fight, Tempered Fate flashed by Yike, the Drake.
And is now kind of moving down towards this bottom side of the map. But the way he's pathing, I think they're looking for a play as this wave starts to crash in onto LeBron. Does have a ward and Tri-Brush to spot him out.
Kana going in with the Eclipse here onto Broken Blade, who only has a Tiamat and a Giant's Belt. BB needs to get out of here, but no flash on him. Kana has the public execution for the chase, doesn't need it. Kana just autos him to death.
I mean, so far the counter pick is not going the way that G2 want. We're yet to see Broken Blade's first ulti of the game. He doesn't have a huge amount of armor early on as Yahoo. Oh, flash
forward by Caps to block the Justice Punch. Skumond on the chase as well. The chains won't get the pullback on the Yahoo, who does flash himself. Shockwave still catches him though. And G2 get the kill on the enemy mid just before the Dragon. Yike looks for the flag and drag, can't land it. There's the Stand United. Caps gonna have a partner in crime in the middle of the Cataclysm. Kana diving forward immediately, taunted. A good Tempered Fate on Busio. Stops him getting anywhere near the action. As G2 clean up in mid.
I mean, G2, when the chips are down, when you need to make a play, the place you have to look is in the middle lane. Caps flashes in front of Yahoo to stop him from getting away.
He's about to match this topside play. Yike trying to hide in the bush, doesn't realize he's on vision. Skumond is swept. They're trying to make a play towards Caps, but once more, Skumond's reading this.
And the Bob's on his way as well, has the Tempered Fate. Yike flag and drag out Skumond with the world end of public execution in, but Kana is met by two immediately and has to dash away. A Tempered Fate will lock Kana up. The minion wave now here to tank for a second. Kana tries to flash away, but the slows from LeBron. The Meeps doing their work, the charm and the chimes. In the end, Kana will escape with a TP coming out of Yahoo.
Caps' shockwave found nothing, which actually let Kana get away. Busio thinks he can make the play happen though.
Tidal wave splits the upright and LeBron has a magical journey. He's caught in the middle of it, but it still can take it a second time. No chase coming from the rest of KC.
Busio played that really well, but there was just no follow-up from KC. Felt like the Yahoo wasn't really ready to pounce on that play, but at the end of the day, they keep Kana alive. They're able to get a couple tower plays, but it is G2 that continue to extend the gold lead.
About 1,000 ahead right now. Skumond 1.3 ahead himself.
Ready to ult in should a fight take place, but with Yike on the bottom side, I don't really expect much from KC.
I really love the way G2 have been playing with their vision though. We had that like ward in the third brush on top lane, which spotted out Yike trying to make a play onto Orianna. They have wards now, already have wards in there to make sure it doesn't happen.
Ooh, Yike almost stole away that red buff with the flag. Won't be able to get it though. Tower gonna drop on the bot side.
Yeah, Kana's still winning out in the 1v1, but Broken Blade has shown the merit of this pick.
Is able to do a lot of damage, and remember that healing reduction coming through from Busio. So G2 are just saying, you know what, we'll prioritize pushing through mid-wave. I think they're going to abandon the Dragon in order to gain control over this tower, and they can push this onto the next one as well.
They're going to charge it in. Yahoo looking for a flank of his own, but the charge will still land, and a couple more plates over to G2. The Drake secured for KC, but should be able to survive this. More chip damage than anything from G2. KC are pushing through mid, but Kalist needs to go back to base.
Yeah, who's very tanky on the side lane, which means it's going to take a while to get through him, and he can clear these waves very effectively.
So TP down coming behind as Broken Blade looks for the taunt. Caps is here. Command protects Shockwave, and Kana a Shockwave through his brain as he didn't expect to be ganked by Caps. Does have the flash, but does he have a way to get out of this situation? A little bit of outgo gaming, perhaps. Take a small break, BB and Caps that will collapse. And Kana, even with the shields, shouldn't be able to get away. Kana dies, Caps gets the kill, and there's the TP advantage we were talking about earlier.
G2 have just been playing the map state incredibly well.
Yike was able to steal away the blue as well. He'll be happy with that. Broken Blade will get a tower in response. Gold lead stays about that 2 to 2.5k mark. Across the whole team, it's an item.
Shen also very deep push in the top lane, having to be matched by Yahoo, who now has his teleport available. He'd love to get that level 16. Oh!
Caps chunked out massively. The culling does connect, and Caps is low HP, has to flash away from public execution. Yike trying to get on towards the backline. Tidal wave forces Caps up towards the top side. Yike goes in with a cataclysm, a 10 for bait. Won't stop time for a second hero's entrance as well. A double taunt. Is it enough to take down Skew? It doesn't seem to be. Skewmon survives through it with the help of a Stand United from his brother BB, who's called out with the Aqua Prism, and Bucio eventually finds a kill for KC.
Kalist sets up that play for KC. This is what you need to be doing on a Lucian. Prior to the fight even starting, find that chunk onto any member, really.
This guy is on another level right now. Lebrov did a good job as well with the Tempered Fate, catching onto Kalist, stopping the initial burst of damage, but this is what can happen. Tempered Fate goes wide, the culling lands, and now Lebrov is forced away. Unsummer trying to escape, Yike will fall for it. Yahoo here with the TP in from BB, no Stand United for him. The taunt's gonna land on 2, Skewmon dead, double tidal wave as well for the knockup, and Skewmon needs to get out. World Ender pop, Kana flashes away from the Infernal Chains. And in the end, a 1-for-1 is all she wrote.
KC needed to try and take that fight because Skewmon stayed standing, their jungler went down. It might have been enough for G2 thought they could have taken a fight at that Baron.
That is a nice headshot that comes through from Hansama. G2 are winning the war of attrition. They are chipping away at KC's HP. The healing for Bucio is good, but G2 have position on the objective. So now these Caitlyn traps are doing some serious work. KC, I think they're going to have to abandon this, but they're TPing in.
Yeah, who's TPing towards the bottom side. Kana looking for that public execution. Yike looking to get in with the cataclysm. Goes in, public execution on the backline, but it's only on the Lebrov. Hero's entrance as well to separate the team. Caps goes on a rampage as Bucio and Kalista caught. Skewmon dashing across the wall here to chase out the Nami. Caps with a stopwatch in the pit as the rest of G2 try to come to his aid but can't get there quickly enough. It doesn't matter. They'll sacrifice Caps for the rest of KC. Yike, that Guardian Angel is more like a devil on your shoulder as G2 wipe away Karmine Corp.
Skewmon and Caps find the combo onto the back line. The flash from Skewmon set up for the shockwave, and it's reminiscent of what we saw at the World Championship last year. Beautiful play from the duo, beautiful team fight from G2, and while they lose the Dragon, they'll secure the first Baron of this final.
That tower's already taken low, so they should be able to trade tower for tower. They just have to try and get back for their next objective.
Caps is going to respond. Caps is there. Yike's on the bottom side of the map as well. Currently pathing down towards it. Caps trying to clear the wave in time. The shockwave to pull back Kalist. The culling coming out. Caps may have sacrificed himself for this again. Has the Zonyas, has the Stand United, has the shielding. And the tower remains. Inhibitor towards the top side is G2. Look for the Tempered Fate, but can't quite land it. Caps now going to TP into the fight. This is only Kana here to defend. Yahoo there to try and bolster them up. But G2 may have pulled the rope, but don't. Caps gets the kill onto Yike. It was BB who TP'd and KC who fell. Kalist here, but all he can do is stand and watch. He's haunted by BB. The top father is here to make sons of KC. Game 1 goes to G2.
The map play from G2 was unbeatable for KC.
I need to get Finn on the line right now because there's too many top matchups.
Because in my head, right, at least you can close the gap onto the Gwen, right? And but with the Hollowed Mist, if you try and get that long range of the last breath, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So you kind of have to close the gap and try and set things up.
Has been able to farm up really well. Had the wave crashing into G2 as well. Mystic shot going between the uprights there as Yike looks for Caps, who's been chunked out. Skewmon here as well. Be a 2v2 in mid. Seismic shove missing. The Rune Prison coming down as Caps going to try and get out, but the core of the pack is too damn much. Yahoo with first blood in game 2.
Yahoo again on this rise, drawing that first blood in favor of KC. Does know that. Probably not going to end up winning out in the long run if you end up completely there. But either way, I think you're just looking at KC now, moving over towards the Dragon. Should be completely fine. Like, this has been such a slow early game. I expected a bit more kind of movement, but again, when you've got Skewmon on Mundo,
a dive towards the top side with a cross-map arrow. A lot of potential plays as a nice stun comes through onto Yahoo.
There's the Weaver's wall out from Caps to try and keep Yahoo on this side of it. Cleaver out of Skewmon, Rune Prison overload, not enough from Yahoo. He flashes forward, oh! The minions! Ooh. The pot, the refillable potion saving Caps' life.
From the tornadoes, but Broken Blade really starting to come into his own here in the 1v1.
Hammer's going to skip and slash forward. There's the way of the Wanderer's shield you were talking about, Vedi. Kind of building up the 1,000 cuts with the Realm Warp in. Broken Blade needs to get out. Has Skewmon. Last breath perhaps for Yahoo. No flash on the wind wall. Skewmon waiting in the wings. Secures a kill for G2.
I think if I'm G2 though, I kind of just look at the items and go, I think we can find it. Like, you have nowhere near a first item for Yahoo. Rod of Ages not really going to be a big one. Hang on.
Onto Gwen here, kind of with the needlework though. There's the wind wall. Broken Blade still looking for the chase. Has that Q3 with the Steel Tempest. Now needs to get the hell out of there because Yike is on his way. A Hound's pursuit in. Broken Blade dashes forward, but the Hounds are hungry and Yike will help Kana secure the kill.
Good collapse from Yike on towards that top side. Cap trying to
respond. Another Hound's pursuit. He can just chase onto Caps, but the seismic shove interrupts it. Caps here in time to hold the wave, at least perhaps chase down Kana. Remember, no flash on this Gwen, and no way really for Yike to join him. A threaded volley goes wide. The alcove, though, not your friend anymore, Kana. Unraveled Earth unravels his life as Bucio's caught with Enchanted Crystal out. Has to flash the cleaver. Does not connect as Skewmon steals away this jungle.
So we got scraps happening everywhere on the Rift.
That they wouldn't have Yahoo coming to join them in a second. So again, as you say, just the plush on bottom side netting a huge amount for KC here. If they keep that up, I think that is just something they can continue to put the strain on.
The thing we're seeing in this game that I think, ooh, hang on a minute, Yike has got to back
to use
away.
The Hound's pursuit. Does he have a Vincere? Can he get over this wall? He can. He jumps across, was stunned on the way, but unable to really be chased too much more. Lebrov caught out now, needs to flash. The Realm Warp on the wrong side, but Yahoo! Oh, another overload goes wide. Skewmon kills off Yike as he chased deep into the jungle. As my two co-casters become Yahoo fans, it seems the wolf is howling, but he just can't secure the kill. A true shot barrage, that's miles wide again. Observers, please, only if they're going to hit.
I mean, this will be a tower for Kalist, so a gold advantage gain for the KC bottom lane. Nice try from Yahoo, but it doesn't quite work out. Your engage isn't the most reliable, so a lot of fights happen in skirmishes. Oh, hang on, Kana.
Q3 was just used by Broken Blade. Yike is on his way across as well. Skewmon's running up here as quick as he can. The flash knock up onto Yike. He has to dash up, and Skewmon secures the kill. The dogs are dead. Will Kana follow? I believe he will. Hunt Summer on the chase. Kana no way out. G2 take 2 on the top side.
The long-range arrow strikes through for G2. They connect onto Kana. It's the double kill. And again, it's these map plays from G2.
It's just skirmishes everywhere on the map, and it's G2 that's reacting quicker than KC's able to. The idea there from Yike is a good one. He's ready. KC will finally get an objective of their own. They're going to lead in Dragons so far in game 2. And it's going to have to be their win condition because the rest of the map is quickly starting to fall apart as these skirmishes continue to go the way of G2.
The skirmishes are going the way of G2, but look at the turret plates.
G2 have abandoned the top side, which will allow Kana a little bit more gold in his pocket. Rift Tower down. We'll get the charge, we'll take the plates, we'll take the tower alongside it. BB, after clearing mid, is running up towards top to try and save that top lane tower.
I like the play from G2. Just use your pressure mid, convert it into bot, secure that tower, hard push this wave in. If you can get another Rift Tower charge, that's fantastic. But if not, it's not the end of the world. They're not going to be able to get it.
Someone needs to go and deal with him. Nash's Tooth on its way. About halfway there for the Gwen.
I think with the crystals, just an auto attack will take it. So that one now falls. And Kana, he has great scaling on this Gwen if he can try and get to that position. So I like the KC are investing in it.
I feel like Broken Blade just wins now, though.
easily able to take that one. I think this is where, if you can continue to push in this bottom side and actually have Yahoo start to make rift plays towards mid, you could try to put that pressure down. Again, like, these turrets are next to no health in the mid lane.
On the top side ever does materialize, or whether they'll continue just keep it on tenterhooks.
G2 constantly are trying to collapse on mid, which is giving Kana a bit of time on this top side.
Who wins? Who wins? Ignite going down. Okay, PB wins the initial trade at least. The needle works, the Weaver's wall as they look to collapse onto Kana, and they use the knockup to give Kana his last breath. G2 collapse, and they're going to look for a little bit more. Scumon's chasing out Kalist and Busio, the Drake, an afterthought, the Baron at the front of G2's minds.
What a collapse from Caps. I was not expecting the ultimate of Talia to be the setup. Kalist is going to throw his ulti down, it will connect onto Broken Blade, but I see no way that they can contest this.
Yahoo's going to walk in. Rise can do a lot of damage in situations like this. Hansama was caught. Yahoo continues to stand and deliver. A turret with an encore over him, but the Mikhail's able to get him out of that CC.
Scumon's laughing at them.
Healing up in the middle of it all as Hansama a little bit isolated. KC still looking for that collapse. There's a flash. There's a ruined prison. There's an overload. It's not enough. Yahoo dodges the cycling shot in the middle of it all, but Scumon, it's just too tanky for KC. There's nothing they can do to get through Skew.
There's Scumon's healing, there's Lebrov's healing, and there's no hope in hell KC can kill him.
Here they're pushing through the bot side. KC still have tools to defend. You've got a 3-item Ezreal. You've almost got that actualizer for Yahoo. But the question is, can you get there in time? G2 will take the tier 2 down towards this bottom lane. Will even out the turret score. Yahoo is pushing through top, trying to get that 3rd item, searching for it. Yike looking for a flank onto Caps. Here will be spotted again. KC a little bit divided, and G2 are dividing their towers and their inhibitors from life. There's a schism in the base, and KC do not react. They just give up the inhib.
The saving grace, the potential bastion of hope for KC is that they are at soul point. If they can secure that dragon, if they can hold the line, maybe there's a world where they can bring themselves back into this game. But even if they do, how do they get through this monster in the jungle of Scumon as he goes where he pleases and looks to secure another tower?
Kana showing on the bot wave here without teleport means that G2 will be able to push in this tier 2 in top. Caps is looking for the tier 2 in mid as well. Gold lead extends to 7k. They will back away. They'll defend against Kana. The base will not fall on this Baron push.
G2 are separated though. 2 members now. G2 on the top side is the rest have gone back to base.
Beat drop from Lebrov, dodged by Yikes. Scumon needs to get out of here. Can pop that maximum dosage in a minute, but will it be enough to help him escape? Does still have the flash. There's the dosage. Weaver's wall TP. G2 are beginning to collapse, and there's the seismic shove! Who's locked in here with whom? KC! G2 find one Kalist, trying to do the damage with the mystic shots, are more mythological than actually working. Nothing is going to get through Scumon as G2 collapse, and just as I said, it wasn't over. G2 said that's enough.
G2 can do no wrong.
And KC are giving this one up. They're playing down towards that bottom side, down towards that blue buff side. Caps backing away, realizing, hey, we don't see any of them. No need to give my life away for cheap. More on the minds of KC than anything else. 3 items though on Yahoo. 4 on Caps. A 2.3k gold lead as the Weaver's Wall comes out to lock a Yike in the cage. Cycling shot doesn't connect, but Yike doesn't really have anywhere to go. We'll go out with the Eviscerate. Encore's going to land onto Busio, but only him. He flashes out. Kana and Yahoo trying to collapse. Do they have the damage on Caps? The answer's no for now. It's Kana. It's just run down by G2. Yahoo caught up as well. He'll dive onto Caps. He gets a K in his pocket, but G2 are looking for 4.
Oh my God,
get another. And Scumon just whacks them over the heads with a briefcase. It's business time for G2 as KC are left in the dust.
Kalist just disappeared. He just got one shot by the Mundo. G2, what the hell was that?
Scumon ends the fight with a triple skill. Scumon says that enough is enough. It's time to clock out. And G2 are looking to go 2-0 up in this best of 5.
Yahoo can do all he wants to try and defend, but a stopwatch will not be enough for him. He almost takes that one, but even Lebrov remains standing. G2 in dominant fashion will be one game away from LEC versus champions.
Rel is something like, I think it's his most played in his career, but there was a split on BDS where he had something like 17 Rel games and then like 2 of something else, like 17 Rel, 2 Alistair. Like, the likelihood of a dive seems low, but okay,
but
no.
never zero, Vetty.
Yike is thinking about it, and they read it as well.
Nautilus loves to dive. Root lands on Hans Summer, has the barrier, has the flash, crash down onto Busio. He hooks himself away. Yike stunned up with a shadowing strike. Skewmon on his way across, and now KC on the wrong side of the tower. Aegis assault from Skewmon lands onto 3. Look at the blinking health bars on KC. 1 falls, a second follows suit. The dive goes pear-shaped, and G2 take 2.
Skewmon forever in the nick of time.
The back and forth between these bot laners is consistent. Caps now very low.
Dash in from Yehu with the Spirit Rush. Skewmon on his way across, has the flash. Will get the shield vault in as well. Yehu flashed away well, but Caps is on the chase. A stolen Spirit Rush. Enough for G2 to get their 3rd. Yike looking for the dash in here. Caps absconds away, won't take the fray.
Caps played that so well. He dove for the minion wave to kill the minions, to give himself level 6 so he can steal that ultimate and turn the play around.
Yike is trying to fix the wave for his mid laner, but Skewmon won't let him. The wind from their sails that was riding high from the first 2 days of this 3-day weekend seems to have all but vanished. As KC, they haven't given up just yet. The fight against the Brav.
Spotted. You have a Grand Starfall. He just hit 6. Skewmon with those 2 early kills and the assist has his ultimate quicker than usual. And with Hans waiting in the alcove, KC are pounced on. G2 find their prey, and Busio will not live to see another day.
Skewmon just does not miss. I thought coming into this game.
And as Hans Samity comes out, they realize they're too far, but now Yike might be caught.
There's 4
Yike
here
goes
now.
in with the Cyclone. Busio there as well. The equalizer down, the charm as well. They'll find it. Skewmon killed off by Yehu. Gets the shutdown. A 600 gold lead for him as well. In the end, neither team really going to be able to start up the Drake. Skewmon still looking towards top, hovering. Can bring the stars down. Call to the Forge God. Flash immediately from Kana. He's gone to the danger zone. But it's a highway for hell, it seems. And Skewmon finds another.
This is what Dagu was talking about in the draft. It's such easy setup with the Ornn and the Pantheon. Labrov is now hovering around mid as Cap steals the ult.
Yike is on his way. Yike's on his way. He's running in immediately. Spear rush forward. They have to kill Yehu quickly, but Cap's able to dash away. There's the Cyclone. KC find one in response.
It's something back for KC on the mid wave. And it does mean that...
But he's decided, you know what, the Dragon is too far away. He's going to prioritize clearing through his camps. I expect him to grab the grubs if he sees an opportunity. G2 not going to be upset about getting the first Dragon of the game.
Yike's been doing a good job of farming while Skewmon has been ganking. Yes, Skewmon is 5-1-1 and 1,000 gold ahead, but Yike has the camp lead.
I mean, taking that grub just announces exactly where Skewmon is, so I think KC immediately pull off the play, knowing that Grand Starfall
going in with the Cyclone. Looking at Skewmon here. Depth charge going down as Caps answers with one of his own, but now they'll dive back in with a second cast of the Cyclone, and Yike takes the kill. Labrov under the tower low. But KC get another on the board.
I mean, if you want to go back through G2's history, an effective way of shutting this team down is to keep attacking Caps, and KC have said,
or even Skewmon behind him.
Here we go.
Skewmon's going to have to give up on the Rift Herald, and G2 might just give up on the play entirely. KC brought everyone up from the bottom side of the map, and with the TP in, KC will be able to secure the Rift Herald.
As a Wilder Kana could have TP'd down to bot, they have the Ahri actually catch the top wave, and then they can still protect those plates on bot. But by not doing that, while they do secure that Herald, the problem is Hansam is just getting free gold, getting free XP. You can see he's about to take over to level 11.
Double in, they look for Yike. He's going to try and get out. Call of the Forge God down as well. The equalizer means the Broken Blade can't get any closer, but the Call of the Forge God will still find his man. Kana, though, just burned PB alive.
BB gave his life for nothing.
And now it's Kana and Yehu, the solo laners of KC, that are the ones with the advantage.
Now with the Rift Herald down in mid, KC get first move on the Drake. They'll get the tower as well. Busio keeping the Brov at arm's length. And G2, I don't really think, want to fight this Drake at all. It will be one apiece. KC now 2K ahead in this game 3. A game they must win if they are going to continue on in this finals.
it is just a longer cooldown. It's a 7-minute cooldown versus the 5-minute cooldown. So it means that you'll have a timer where Caps has his TP up and available before you actually have it back up on Kana. But now Kana in trouble. Boost recovery.
Grand Starfall is the play here. You can see Skumon coming in. Depth charge stolen away by Caps. They'll dive onto the Rumble. And he immediately gets evaporated underneath the tower. Dredgeline's going to hit on Skumon, but he's not tanking it yet. The charm goes in. He tries to shield ball forward. Yahoo gets another Spirit Rush charge. Can they go any further? You can see Kalist trying to move, get in position for the curtain call. Another charm goes in. The shield from the crash down. The curtains are open. Not even needed. Close the door on Labrov. As G2
Topside though.
Lost 2. Meanwhile on the top side, BB getting chased out by Yike. On the bottom side, Caps dives in, gets one, but dives for it. Casey winning across the map.
Yahoo is having so much impact on this map. Say, hey, do you want to clean this one up? Nope, we'll hand it over to Yahoo. All good. And they find themselves more kills.
And then a 1-for-1 after it as well. Casey now 4,000 gold ahead. After being so far behind, the only one with the lead is Hans Summer, and that's 114 gold.
The Caps will get the side lane tower, but there is a collapse coming through. I don't know
he
what
gets
the plan
back
is
with
for
the,
KC.
with the super boots. Labrov is there as well, but I don't think Casey know his exact location. Caps, the first one to receive a Masterwork upgrade from Broken Blade this game. Might look to try and catch someone on the move. Caps does have the TP, but as you say, KC just secured the Drake. The second of the game for them. Still a while away from Seoul, but whiling their way towards it. Busio, Hex Flash on Hans Summer. Depth charge first, Valkyrie flash across the wall. Yahoo can spear rush forward. The charm eaten by Labrov, but the root's still connecting. And with an equalizer on top of it, G2's bot lane doesn't really have anywhere to go. The chase continues for KC as they claim their second of the fight.
Yike uses the increased range on the auto attack from his Q to pop the blast cone before Labrov can get to safety. And that means with 2 down, KC can get the Baron.
KC have fought their way back beautifully. Dagda, you said it earlier, this game felt like it was done and dusted. But Yike and Busio found repeated picks in the mid lane. They found kills onto Skumon, they found kills onto Caps, and they may well have found another one.
Caps in, a couple of harpoons. Kana flashes forward, he can't keep the blast going because there's a rumble on top of it. The Baron now for KC. They are truly in command of this game. Immediately back away from it, Hans Summer will be spotted out by Yike. Equalizer stolen away by Caps, but not as well placed. Grand Starfall coming in, the curtains open. Kana looking for the damage now onto Caps, who has to flash away. The curtain call just short of clicking with a third shot. Depth charge on Hans Summer. He Valkyries out, but Skumon's knocked up forward. The Sundered Sky not enough to heal him up. Labrov being burnt to a crisp underneath the tower, but a good shattering strike means the Kana will go down. Hans Summer gets the shutdown, a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of G2.
Well, hang on now. That was KC overextended a little too much. Broken Blade and Caps threatening a pick. Yike is playing around it though.
KC just go mid.
Yeah, KC just going to keep pushing mid. They're taking
no
mid
one in their way.
2. Not really much G2 could do to keep that one standing. It was already pretty low.
You can see the vision
seconds.
is just littered with red wards. KC controls so much of the map. A couple of...
With the deadly flourish, Labrov at half himself. He's forced away, core to the Forge God, lands on Kalist, but with an equalizer, G2 can't step forward. A flash cyclone onto Skumon. The Guardian Angel will bring him back, but the charm locks him up. Magnus Storm in, Caps trying to get in as well. Kana kills Broken Blade, KC have 5, G2 only have 3, and not for much longer. Skumon will find 1, but there's a Quadra for the Jin, as KC are not done with this series yet.
KC are not going to waste any time off the back of that fight. They have set their sights on the Nexus, they've set their sights on another game, and they want to show that they are not done just yet.
It was hard fought for KC. They battled back from a deficit, but they will not be denied at least a 4th game in Barcelona.
KC trying to build that blue wall brick by brick. The first in place, the foundation set. Will we see them get the reverse sweep? They still have one more game to go before we get to Silver Scrapes.
Yeah. On paper, at least initial impressions, I do prefer what KC have brought to the table. I think that they would have a winning top side. I think that they would have easy plays around mid. Of course, Syndra can be super oppressive into a Victor if you're given that proper jungle support.
Yeah.
But I think that it's going to be Busio that has more roaming power on the Rakan, which we've seen it's just like the winning formula for KC. Get Busio out on the map, get him helping Yikes set up plays. That is the formula for success when it comes to KC.
Would be difficult for him. Skewmon holding the smite here.
Look at BB though, he's roaming down towards mid lane. They want to try and fight this as a group.
Skewmon able to get a few of the Razor Beaks there. 26 to 15, Yehu stepping forward, Caps looking for the scatter, we can't land it, Yehu's now burned his flash, and BB's on the way across. The Victor has nowhere to go. G2 strike first, cleanse coming out from Kalis's. Hans Summer is exhausted.
And Yike desperately needs camps. He's behind in XP, he's behind in gold, he's just behind in general, and he's got to get what he can get while his camps are available.
Yeah, it's also Kalis who has, hang on a sec.
Great handshake stun there again, Hans Summer.
Busio.
He's a long way away from friends. Quickness has to be used. Often you think on Rakan you can do these sorts of plays. You have so much mobility. But when you jump in, immediately are met by two members of the enemy team. Yeah, sometimes you just need to use the quickness to get the hell out of dodge.
But hey, Dragon secured.
Caps looking for the top side. Kana about 2/3 HP. Broken Blade low as well. Dominus up in 6. Kana only half on his Mega Knight. Yike coming across. Caps will be met by Yike, who holds the Vault Breaker, but Forza will flash, cease and desist. Broken Blade's gonna look to see if he can just delete Yike, and he can! Yike thought he had it, Yehu's on his way across, kind of building up the Mega Gnar. Skewmon trying to get here in time, the Gnar into the wall, the wind becomes lightning, and Kana has to flash away, but Skewmon chases him for days. A flash away from Yehu, wind becomes lightning, hits again, Featherstorm out, Blade Caller not used yet by Kalist.
Grubs, I mean, Grubs are honestly whatever. Dragon spawning in about a minute and a half, but G2 slowly but surely are building up a lead. The KC are struggling to stop.
Oh, LeBron caught out here though by Yike. With the gravity field down, LeBron just doesn't get a chance to move.
And as you say it, it's this mid-jungle combo again for KC, but Broken Blade looking for an all-in. I don't think it's... Again, though, we're seeing this kind of fallback plan from KC, though. When things get dire, just try and play around Yehu. I mean, in the Victor, he can definitely be a carry. But now, can they cover top?
BB with the dominance, Yike clearing out the Krugs. BB dodging away with the slice and dice, but Yike's still on the chase. No flash for him. BB trying to get onto Kana. Can't really get close enough. Hit by the wallet, followed by the Vault Breaker. The slice, the dice. BB escapes!
They tried to gift the kill over to Kana. I cannot believe that didn't hit, but it's perfect for G2. Herald mid will get the tower, will get the position on Dragon, and they just get to rinse and repeat.
I mean, G2 are really just running circles around KC right now. They're using the strength of their laners to punish their opponents. They're taking advantage of the early jungle lead that Skewmon was able to build, and now they're just kind of dancing around and punishing every play that KC tried to make.
75% more of its time. Tower in the mid lane for G2. Skewmon's going to take away the Scuttle Crab. Yike has snuck behind him. Kana's on the way across as well. Skewmon, smite comes out, he gets the Scuttle. Kana trying to get across here. Yike already knocked up and he doesn't win the trade. He's 2 levels down. Skewmon's blocking the Vault Breaker and Yike has to burn the flash. Skewmon follows with the flash of his own. BB punching down onto Kana too. He's forced away. Yike down. Kana almost follows suit.
Jungle versus jungle, top versus top. I mean, this feels desperate, Medic.
It truly is desperation.
Flash from Kalist, ulti from Busio. Hans just has to ult in response and walk away. Now the threat of a dive in bot lane is very real.
Yehu uses the Arcane Storm to try and clear the way, but G2 do not need the minions to dive.
It feels like G2 looked at 2025 and said, you know what, not winning everything just isn't good enough. I mean, Yehu, while he is still nearly 800 gold behind, is actually in an okay spot with 2 items completed. The upgraded Merc threads as well means that he'll be relatively good against Caps as all-in.
Busio, exhaust on Hans Summer. Okay, just forces the ultimate out of Hans Summer and then battle dances his way away. Wind becomes lightning, does not connect. The spear just...
For such a long period of time, when you look at Broken Blade, Caps and Hans Summer, they have played over 1,100 days together. That synergy means something, but LeBron has to flash.
Flashes away, Busio looks to engage, Yike there for the follow-up, and that is Hans Summer down. Broken Blade joins the fight, Busio tries to dance away and manages to do so. The Gnar gets 2, Crescent Guard out from G2, and they're the ones flashing away. They're the ones retreating. Broken Blade dices, And KCF sliced through the AD carry. Is it now a Baron play? Caps still has ult.
A single moment was all it took. KC found a pick on the Hans, and now they've set their sights on the Baron.
BB
G2 are
has the TP.
TPing back in.
BB has the TP and his ultimate. The Baron down to 7,000. KC, one roll of the dice. Is it Snake Eyes? Is it double sixes? Yike in there, goes in with the Vault Breaker. Broken Blade trying to force him out. He's gone. Yike no longer in the pit. Broken Blade with the bailout. Scuba takes it. The only power to Yike. Puts him in the dirt as Caps chases Lucio out, even flashing for the kill on the Rakan. The Baron to G2 will sit on Hansama and Lebrov. Caps will fall to Yahoo, who will be able to chase him out, but 2 Barons to G2 in a fight they just shouldn't have won.
They shouldn't have, but they all die.
Has to make a difficult decision. Do I stay in the pit or do I get out? Skumon takes the Hex Gate and uses it to get into the pit. We're back to live already.
This will be the last Baron buff for G2, and he doesn't have flash. Burnt it before the previous play. The win becomes lightning. Bucio looking for the follow-up. KC continue to fight.
How the hell are KC finding these plays? One game was enough, but another game in game 4 where they are holding on to the brink of this.
It's crazy to think that Kalist's feathers was the start of this cascading effect.
But Broken Blade will act as a bodyguard. Yahoo puts a laser through them. Kana building up that Mega Gnar. Almost has it. The charm, the quickness, the hostile takeover only landing on Bucio, disengaging the fight. And KC could do that too. Kana could look for the flash Gnar here. G2 are up against the wall. The Drake for KC secured. No soul yet for G2. They try and gain control of the mid lane wave. They're forced back by KC.
And KC, they've bought themselves more time. This whole game, they've been looking for a way to slow G2 down. But would this be the accelerator? Kana's trapped.
Jumps across. Skumon goes in. Kana building up towards that Mega Gnar. Nas gets the stun on Skumon. Yike coming in for a follow-up play. Kana still pretty healthy. He's going to flash away from Hansama to the Crescent Guard, keeping Skumon safe for now. Hansama flashes forward, and KC begin to disengage. The scatter the weak from Caps does not find its mark. The G2 still find the kill.
Kana stays too long on that bottom side, and that handshake from Lebrov took him away from the safety of that Hextech portal. Kalisto can still get the mid-wave, and at least that's some gold into KC.
Have managed to establish here in the river. Now they'll step forward.
And that's what KC are doing a great job of, playing around that vision. Yike only just being spotted. Bucio's out in bottom. Bucio dodges away with the grand entrance.
Yahoo trying to push forward here more. Skumon there, the TP behind by Broken Blade. Yike misses the Vault Breaker, lands the smite, but now Broken Blade on the TP, looking for Kalist, and they'll dive into him. Double GA available. Kalist dies to Hansama. Yike trying to get onto Caps. Broken Blade slicing across. The Gnar from Kana. Hostile takeover. Caps brought back with the bailout, but the unleashed power not enough for him. Meanwhile, on the top side, Kana has a GA of his own. Skumon trying to survive through it all. The GA on Kana is propped. So is the one on BB. Skumon dives back in and kills off Bucio. A 2v3 now. Broken Blade goes in with a stride breaker. Yahoo slowed, stunned up, locked up, taken out. But in the end, still, KC win the fight 4-3.
KC threw everything that they had.
Not enough healing from it. The knock up onto Hansama as they're in that Baron pit. Yahoo still in the mid lane, now working across. Kana doesn't have the Mega, and G2 immediately turn onto him. Hostile takeover only going to land onto Yahoo. Lebrov doesn't find his man with it. Baron resets. G2 back away. What did they get? The Arcane Storm in exchange for the Transcend oneself and the hostile takeover. Kana still looking for the flank.
The red buff has healed up Kalist. Kana in front of him.
The quickness! It's KC all the time as Bucio dives onto the backline. It's beautiful for the Karmine Corp as they wipe away G2. Skumon left standing, but not for long. This arena is blue. Skumon, though, begins to turn it around. The Vault Breaker in. He dies. KC now make a beeline for the mid lane, and with 4 still alive, this should be the Nexus.
At the start of this game, it looked like KC would take silver, but by the end, we are going to silver scrapes.
One more for KC. They've done the unthinkable. They won from impossible positions. One more now needed for KC.
What a comeback game for KC. well, dying. But ultimately, Sivir works very well in a front-to-back composition. She's got so much peel. Sion, Maokai, Alistar. She has all of the front line that she needs to act as the late-game hyper carry.
Forces Yike away. Kana had to burn the flash. It was exchanged on the bottom lane. LeBron burnt flash and heal for just Busio's heal. Gets the root though. Hansama on the chase with the Void Seeker first blood to the Nico.
The top lane dive though.
It shows impact. Lands onto Kana. No escape for him underneath the tower. He will fall and he can't get to the wave that quickly to really use the zombie passive.
We've been watching scraps happen across the rift, but it is G2 that walk away victorious.
I think that can be something.
Yike
With Skewmon having control and this level 6 about to tick over, I don't think KC can fight this.
Skewmon gets this smite, Yike goes in for it, gets the smite on the Scuttlecrab, gets the 6, between worlds they go as Skewmon has to flash away, Yike will fall first, but now Hansama's caught in the pit, and KC collapsed on him in the final auto of Boomerang, finds its mark and returns the gold to Kalist. A 1-for-1 in the end, the exchange.
Well, with the jungler going down, there is no hope of getting the dragon. It will just be the push, but Busio still fishing mid. Lebrov should be able to escape away with this. But now, like, look, Kalist, solo boss.
Tangle barbs, Busio locked up in the Glacial Storm. Busio's down! How now, Brown Cow? Taken out by Caps and Lebrov.
Disrespect from Busio as Caps and Lebrov find the punish.
As it will be the trade for Yike towards the Void groups.
Caps also grabbing those honey fruits to top up his HP, gonna push another wave. Might look for a cheeky recall as well. Maybe look to pick up that blasting one to give him a little bit more damage in the 1 versus 1.
Ooh, Broken Blade looking at Yike here. 3 grubs already completed. Yike could look for the chase. Estimating smash. Pocket pistol gets him just out of range. Nature's Grass though there for the follow-up, and Broken Blade can't get back on Skarl. A Bramble smash puts Broken Blade 6 feet under.
A nice punish by Yike.
If they can find any sort of crack in the armor. Not really too much to show from KC, but he already kind of said it. Caps opening up, but oh no!
Knocked back by Busio. Flash pulverized for the follow-up. Skewmon coming in, looking for the Impale, lands it on 2! And it'll pull Busio back. Kalist uses the barrier. Busio almost falling. Hansama not going to flash for it, but they fall anyway! Skewmon's passive getting the kill on the cow. Kalist goes down 2.
G2 can use this to just get some turret plates though and continue to open up this lead for Hansama.
Unstoppable onslaught. Skewmon's going to get in the way of it. Becomes a relatively stoppable onslaught. The Pop Blossom there for the follow-up. Still no flash here for Kana as he's pulled back with the Impale. The flash a couple of seconds away, but a couple of seconds might as well be an absolute age. G2 find another as Hansama will take some plates as well.
A nice gank setup.
And no Impale, no Pop Blossom. Will be a greedy contest at best. Skewmon is looking, poking his head in. Lebrov doing the same. Skewmon, though, needs to be cautious. Hansama on his way across does have the killer instinct. Drake down, secured by KC. The Shape Splitter clone will spot out. Well, there's a couple of saplings in that bush, not much more. As Yahoo is looking for Caps, goes in between worlds, still has the egg. Busio there with the knockup. Headbutt first, alongside the pulverize. Lebrov trying to trade it. The TP was cancelled in the top side by BB, and now Busio has overstepped a little. Pop Blossom in, Busio tries to dodge it. Uses the unbreakable will, but that is damn well broken. G2 find another.
Every single play that KC tried to make just gets shut down. The good news for KC is Yike is trying to cross map on the other side, but now Yahoo isolated on the bot side of the map. Skewmon cutting off his escape. The bot wave is being pushed. He's trying to TP out.
He's trying to TP out. You can't do that in front of a Tangle Barbs. Goes across the veil, invisible underneath the tower. Puts the damage back onto Skewmon, but with Hansama on his way as well, G2 will just clean up the kill.
Yahoo tried his hardest to escape away, but all he ends up giving is an assist across to Hansama. Riptar will be taking the interrupt on Skewmon, but can you really get much more?
Busio maybe thinking he can stop Caps from getting the push in here, but if it was a bit greedy, maybe just trying to distract because they're going to try and dive BB in that top lane. Nature's Grasp out on top of one sort as well for the CC. He remounts onto Skarl, and now the dive becomes a little bit more precarious. BB with the pocket pistol, still Yike able to secure the kill, and the TP coming out from Caps after he reset just to hold this lane. The tower in the bot side will be picked up first for G2.
G2 in a dominant performance. Once again, KC will have to find another miracle to turn this game around.
in draft, we were doubting whether the Nico first pick was worth it. Lebrov is now 2-0-4 on this Nico. It will only be second Dragon of the game, this Infernal, up in 90 seconds time for either team. Whoever is able to claim it. Busio here. Well, that's a bear trap on a rope, but it's cow trap it seems. And a knockback onto Broken Blade. He'll charge away towards the top side, but dismounted now. Flashes in, is met by an axe from Kana. And just as I said, Busio wasn't having the best of times. He finds Broken Blade, who remounts again. Skull not so cowardly now. In the end, they'll find him, they'll chase him down for the CC, and Yike goes on a killing spree. Meanwhile, Busio again finds a knock-up, here this time onto Lebrov, who's stunned up, will shape splitter his way away. And KC won't take any more of that fight.
You're just talking about Busio having a bit of a nightmare. That looked like a nightmare for Broken Blade. Everywhere he ran to was members of KC.
Yike trying to get in there, pulled back with a bear trap on the rope. Kana TPing in now, Busio there as well. The shape splitter spotted Yahoo, but the Baron already secured. G2 sneak it away. KC unable to find anything, and Ensemble also out from Kana.
Onto these towers, and you can't just wait around. With this kind of goalie, you've got to push the issue, and they did just that. KC holding the defense.
Yike looking for the Nature's Grasp. Busio goes in onto Caps. The Impale not going to connect too much as Busio still tanky enough. Skumon falls first. Yahoo gets him. Summer's next up. That goes to Kalist. And now Caps, you got an egg, but you're likely to be scrambled pretty sharpish because Yike is on the flank. The Samurai Siege was broken against the blue wall of KC. There's an egg. Crack it in twain. KC finds 3.
It cannot be happening again! G2! What is going on?
KC are able to find another fight. The Baron becomes meaningless. The Goldleys disappear. Kalist, look at that scoreline now. 3-1-2. KC may very well have done it for a 3rd time in a row.
Caps' lead has shrunk. And KC now stepping forward. Nature's Grasp. Skumon tanks it up. So does BB. Hansama looking to get in towards the front line. Lebrov goes in. Hansama dives onto Yike. There's the Pop Blossom. It finds 3. Hansama trying to get across the Decimating Smash. Kalist goes down. Hansama gets a double. Hansama will fall for it, as will Lebrov. Not quite. The Istel's impact locks Yahoo against the wall. And Yikes, Busio tries to get in. He can't. G2 fight back again. Only Kana's left alive now.
This time round, G2 will not let KC get away with it. Lebrov with a monster ultimate. The target was firmly on Kalist's head, and Hansama was quick to shut him down. G2 fight back, and they will secure the Dragon.
It looked like KC may have just found the angle again at the start of that fight. Kalist spell shields the Impale from Skumon.
Pretty significant. Shadow Flame being worked on, but it's still ways away.
This is where Yike comes in handy. You can check all these brushes with the saplings and make sure they try to go through, but Yike's
There's a crystallized Flash Frost. You can check the bush, but you can't check the Razor being picked. A charge in from Broken Blade as G2 are trying to close them out of the game right here, right now. The bear trap on the rope will pull back the Aurora, but she manages to escape. Kana TP'd in, was caught up in the Pop Blossom, but he just walks out too. Jungle it down though for KC means G2 should set their eyes on the Baron.
Broken Blade can TP back in, and he'll be fine. Just the pick you needed. Yike doesn't spot Caps, and Caps punishes.
A big pick from G2. Caps punishing his former jungler, and it will result in the Baron once more for G2.
Towards a G2 trophy lift.
Yahoo pushing out the top wave, TP coming behind. G2 want to collapse. They know KC expect them to be on the bottom side. Yahoo with the weirding, dodging back. Ishtal's impact going wide, but there's the Flash Frost, and that is a very dead Aurora. G2 find 1 on the top side. KC were only playing around that bot side river.
I mean, KC can't be making mistakes like this. You have to feel that the pressure's getting to them. The lack of focus there from Yahoo.
G2 playing through 2 lanes, have another Baron buff up minion wave here. Yike still looking for the Nature's Grasp. Caps moving across, Kana going forward, Skumon locked up, Nature's Grasp doesn't hit onto anyone, and Broken Blade is diving the backline. Kalist has to use the barrier, manages to escape for now. G2 didn't take the top inhib tower, but did take the mid. Infernal Soul, their next objective.
G2 want to go foraging first though, see if they can find Yike. He's running for the hills, but G2 are able to move through walls.
Yike has the flash. It does impact. Killer Instinct forward the impale immediately. And Yike has no way to escape. Timber goes the tree, and perhaps with it, Casey's hopes of winning this final.
And it's low health bars on G2 that are escaping back to base.
I love the idea from Kana. He was able to help with the base defense, and KC buy themselves a little bit more time. They'll look to secure this mid tower, get themselves a bit of gold.
Mikhail's away. Lebrov's still waiting.
Patience from Lebrov. I'm shocked he hasn't engaged yet. He's actually going to back away from that flank. The damage on the Yike is good.
He uses the stopwatch, but he can't get over the wall. Has to use his flash. Flash in from Kana with the unstoppable onslaught. Nature's Grass coming out as well. Summer blocked up there by Skuma on the counter crystallize. Good knockback on the Pop Blossom, but Kalist has to flash himself. TV coming in from Broken Blade. Vincere trying to get in the middle of the tree. Summer dives in. There's the GA. An Angel perhaps as Summer will fall. Kalist is back up. KC are holding on. KC are holding on. Kalist survives. G2 all die. Now it's all on Caps. He has the egg. He flashes away from the twofold hex and still finds one. Skumont manages to escape towards the top side of the fight. A 3 for 3 somehow in the mid lane.
Unbelievable! The fact that the GA brings Kalist back and really does put an angel on his shoulders. The entire KC squad collapse around him to keep him alive.
Significantly longer than Azanya's Hourglass. G2 looking to make the same thing happen again.
Busio force low, crystallized double stun from Busio. There's the Nature's Grass as they look for the on the hunt engage. They go on Skumont, the double onslaught, finds the backline. It's Anivia, Pop Blossom lands onto Busio. Summer kills Kana. Meanwhile on the backline, Kalist still standing. A killer instinct from Summer and an instinct to kill it seems. But now Summer locked up by Yike and Yehu, and Caps and Lebrov need to run.
It's another 3 for 3! I thought that G2 would won that fight once they got the kill onto Kalist, but it wasn't enough. The Elder is alive, Casey have the HPs, but Caps has TP. He's gonna go back to base, TP back into the fight. They're not giving this one up for free.
Double Zanya is available on Yike and Yehu. Caps needs to make a miracle happen.
Loses his Banshees as he gets met by a sapling. Lebrov on his way out. Yike there on the wrong side of the crystallized Glacial Storm doing a lot of work. Caps dodging away from the weirding. Yike falls towards the top side, twofold hex. Lebrov looking for it. Goes on to Yike who uses the twisted advance to dodge the CC. Caps in egg. Now it's all on Lebrov. The dragon down to 2,000. Yike gets the smite. Caps is revived. Will take out Yike. Caps trying to trade onto Yahoo. Dodges the winning. Dodges the winning. That's the route. G2. A double stopwatch. A Pop Blossom. G2 and Caps find the fight.
They lose the Elder, but they will get the kills. We're not quite there yet. 17 more CS.
I think full build counts, Betty. I think it counts, and KC will be hoping that it does. BB towards the top side being met by Yahoo. KC now need to defend 3 lanes at once. Supers crashing it towards their nexus, knocking on their door. G2, they've been here before. They know how to do it. KC trying to defend. Nature's Grass coming out.
Caps.
Root only lands on the shape splitter. Skumont dodges around to the side, but BB's on the nexus. Opens it up. Summer goes in with a killer instinct, and now there's no turrets remaining for Karmine Corp. Bear trap on the road from BB will pull Kana to the side. Busio looking for the trample, but he just can't get in. The crystallized down. The nexus still full HP. The G2 are poking and prodding and trying to find a weakness in KC. Yike has taken a chunk. Another as he falls to half AP. The dive in on Yahoo! And Summer is killed. No instinct to kill. No Zonyas. No time. G2 now, will you continue to advance in a 4v5 or do you just back away? BB gets out. 20 seconds on the Baron means it will be 2 for the price of 1.
All right, Elder Dragon secured. The countdown starts at the top left of your screen. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. G2, will they wait for the Baron? It looks like that's the game plan. They want every buff that they can get to try and close out this game.
I mean, but what do you do if you're KC? You give this over, the game is done. You have to fight against an Elder. Sure, Nexus Terrors have respawned, but they're going to be at half HP, and you've
BB's
got so many super creeps in the bot lane.
Yeah, BB wasn't showing. It looks like KC are going to put some resources into making sure they can fend against him. G2 will get the Baron.
Okay, well, gentlemen,
on the hunt was popped there by Kalista. Now KC need to get up towards this top side. Nature's Grasp out from Yike. Kana going in. Cam spots a stopwatch between worlds. Yike immediately evaporated. Pop Blossom from above. Lands a two-man stun. BCO dives back in. BG's on the Nexus towers. And the walls come tumbling it down. The blue wall fell by the siege of the Samurai. G2 win LEC versus.
What an incredible Game 5. What a way to close out LEC versus. KC fought tooth and nail to the bitter end. But G2 just barely came out on top.
Claiming their prize.
A well-deserved win for G2. It was hard fought.
In our trophy ceremony presented by Kia, G2 will raise the title, and we're going to hand it over to the stage to take it away.